Happy Wednesday, guys. It's Justin from Argonaut Wine and Spirits. I'm here with Cam from Blue Star. He's joined us today to show us some of his fantastic tequila. We're going to try it. What makes Blue Star different, Cam?
So we are the first tequila in the world that does a nighttime harvest of agave. There's many benefits to that. In essence, we, one, provide our humidors in the fields of Jalisco protection from the 110-degree heat. Secondly, our agaves are actually harvested at night, and they are able to stay fresh out of the temperatures of the heat of the day. And the agave plant is actually in process of reboosting sugar content to carry it through the next day.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so this is our Blanco that we have here. Let's go ahead and give it a try.
It does have a lot of that sweetness, probably from that nighttime harvesting.
Yeah.
But not like overly sweet like a lot of the additive-filled tequilas that we know are popular with some people.
You know, it's great that you say that because we're non-additive and non-filtered. What you're tasting in our Blanco, any sort of sweetness comes from our method of harvesting the agaves at night, which is very unique because, I mean, it's a killer Blanco, especially at $36.99. Like, you get the minerality, you get a little pepper, you get saltiness, but it still has this rounded mouthfeel to it, and you can actually taste that there's no additives in it, right?
It's super full, viscous, definitely a sipper, but I mean, if you really want to make a fantastic margarita, that's going to kill it.
I don't think that there's a better margarita that you can make out there than with my brand of Blue Star here. Next we have our Reposado. So a couple different things that make our tequilas different, right? We actually rest our Reposado in virgin white oak casks. So when you taste this, you're going to get a lot of that vegetal agave flavor profile. It's not going to be a ton of vanilla. There is vanilla on it, but it almost reminds me of like tannic notes in wines, how it dries your mouth out. That comes from our virgin white oak casks.
Right.
I think it's this is a Reposado that tequila consumers would fall in love with.
And again, it has some of that sweetness, but not overly so. The oak on it's fantastic too.
Yeah, it's more of a natural oak flavor versus like the char that you typically get from, Reposados that are rested in ex-whiskey casks. Right.
This is great.
Yeah. So next, I don't want to jump to our other expression of Reposado. We're going to go straight through the line to Añejo. Our Añejo is unique. So Reposados age 4 to 5 months in those virgin white oak casks. This guy, we actually source bourbon barrels from Kentucky. Not at liberty to discuss which bourbon barrels, but we source bourbon barrels from Kentucky. We then break those down in Arandas. It's in the highlands of Jalisco where our distillery is located. We break down those virgin white oak casks and we rebuild those barrels 1 part virgin white oak stave, 1 part bourbon stave. That carries the minerality and the agave flavors all the way through to get some similarities between the line. But the Devil's Cut from vanilla, like the vanilla and caramel from the Devil's Cut, and our natural sugars from the nighttime harvest just pair so nicely in this Añejo.
This is decadent. It has a lot of caramel characteristics, and it's a really well-rounded tequila.
And at $46.99, you can sip it. You can make your whiskey cocktails with it. It's a great replacement for a Manhattan or an old fashioned.
For sure.
We, on our website at bluestartequila.com, we actually have a old fashioned recipe with our Añejo. It's 3 easy steps to make a cocktail. We're not trying to recreate the wheel with cocktails.
For sure.
We want everybody who consumes this to be able to create our cocktails from our website at home.
Great.
Yeah.
I'd like to try that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also have a scan code on our products. It's $5 via Venmo on 1 bottle purchased, or $12 on 2 bottles purchased.
Oh, cool.
And that is no cap on any consumer. They can use it as many times as they want. What we want to do is give back to the consumer who is going to put us in their liquor cabinet.
Right.
Right.
You get that continued business.
Yes, absolutely. Not only that, right, but like I said, we just want to support our consumers if they're supporting our brands. You know.
So tell me about this last one.
So this last one is our flavored offering. Now this isn't, even though it gets categorized as a flavored
Right.
tequila, I would say that this is not a flavored tequila. This is a tequila with flavor.
Gotcha.
Reason being, so we have a bee farm in Arandas on our distillery. We harvest raw organic honey, and we infuse that raw organic honey in the second distillation. So it gives our reposado a layered complexity.
Right.
Right? You get honey on the tip of the tongue, you get the full-bodied reposado, and then honey on the finish. But what I love about this one is, unlike the dry notes that you experience in our regular reposado,
Yeah.
this honey reposado has like a velvety mouthfeel. It's
Right.
like more of a texture, right? But it's not lip smacking sweet. Like
Right.
you actually taste agave
Right.
in it, which
It
is
does marry well, and it's bold.
Yeah.
It's a bold flavor.
And we only, you know, the percentages of honey that we use in distillation is so low.
Yeah.
That's why it's like we had another formula that, you know, we did a little bit more honey, and it was just like not what
too
we were
much.
looking for.
Right.
So we settled at the current formula, and it's, I mean, this is, you pour this over the rocks, use it in margaritas as well.
Right.
I do this with blood oranges and cinnamon. It may on the rocks,
sounds
like
great.
it is the best everyday summer sipper.
Yeah.
Like refreshing, light. Like, yeah, it's a little high in alcohol percentage, but you know,
You can deal with that.
yeah, who you're drinking tequila. Who
Right.
doesn't want to deal with that,
Right.
right? So, and even the nose, like,
It's great.
yeah,
It is like we said, sweet and viscous and like almost decadent. But I think that would play really well with some really good, especially some juicy cocktails.
you know, we do a ranch water with this, and
Yeah.
what we do is your mineral water, this, garnish it with lemon versus lime,
Sure.
because obviously honey and lemon
Lemon
go well
great
together. And then a dash of rhubarb bitters, and it's literally just
That
like
sounds great.
refreshing, sessionable, crushable, like
That's
anything
cool.
you're looking for. So yeah,
Well, thank you for being here.
yeah. Thank you for having me. Cheers.
We'll do this again sometime.
Love to anytime.
So come down and check out the Blue Star. Again, like every Whiskey Wednesday, anything featured today gets you an extra ticket for the monthly drawing. This month we have George T. Stagg. Also remember that we're still continuing our Barrel Selects sale, and there's some really great whiskeys that are going on a really great deal. So see you soon. Cheers.
Cheers.